From the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Right now on 10 News at 11, we're on top of two developing military operations. San Diego sailors setting a course for North Korea, show of force in response to increasing nuclear danger. At the same time, reports that planes flying out of the damaged Syrian airbase are bombing the same town targeted in this week's horrific chemical weapons attack that killed women and children. We begin with 10 News reporter Hannah Mullins, who's with a chilling video in which North Korea appears to make a direct and deadly threat against the USS Carl Vinson.
I found this video from a couple weeks ago. It likely makes it even more frightening for the families. It's a strategic shift of several thousand service members. Shortly before the power play, the strike group commander said this.
Our presence here is meant to be a reassurance.
The Carl Vinson strike group pulled out of port 3 months ago, and the world is watching their next moves.
For our allies, I hope they take great solace in that.
Like Singapore, where sailors pulled into port 4 days ago to feed the hungry and help the needy.
This deployment is different than most deployments I've been on.
It's a dynamic one as the U.S. faces more than one foe. Tension mounted as North Korea flexed its nuclear muscles by testing ballistic missiles, and the threat soared as it pulled the trigger, launching a Scud missile into the ocean. Instead of turning toward Australia, the Vinson took orders to head north. There's always a risk, but this video on a North Korean state-run website may be a message of murder. The description is disturbing. According to the Japan Times, it says a knife will be stabbed into the throat of the carrier, and the image is chilling, as the carrier, which appears to be the Carl Vinson, erupts in a fireball. But the Navy is fighting fire with force.
We are going to come back to this area of the world, and we're not going to let it go. We believe in freedom of navigation, and we will defend those forever.
It's not uncommon for them to be there. They were actually in that area when that disturbing video came out. Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
Hannah, thank you. Now to the strike on Syria. There are reports tonight that Syrian warplanes are once again taking off from the air base that the U.S. military attacked Thursday with cruise missiles. ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports they may be going after the same town targeted in that horrific chemical weapons attack.
Back in action. These pictures from Russian state-controlled television show Syrian jets taking off from Shayrat Air Base. Less than 24 hours after nearly 60 U.S. cruise missiles bombarded the Syrian military airfield. New images show the wreckage of aircraft destroyed and bombed out fuel tanks, and these bunkers show telltale scorch marks. President Trump tweeting that the air raid was a success. Congratulations to our great military men and women for representing the United States and the world so well. But while satellite imagery shows damage to aircraft shelters, the runways are untouched. The president tweeting, "The reason you don't generally hit runways is that they are easy and inexpensive to quickly fix." ABC's George Stephanopoulos asked Secretary of State Rex Tillerson if the airstrike signaled a change in U.S. policy toward Syria.
And we're asking and calling on Bashar al-Assad to cease the use of these weapons. Other than that, there is no change to our military posture.
The Pentagon says it was from the Shayrat base that planes took off with a deadly nerve agent used in Tuesday's chemical attack that killed more than 80 people. Among the dead, the 9-month-old twins of Abdul Hamim Youssef, who passed out trying to rescue family members. When I came to, I asked for them, he said. I told them, "Hello, darlings. I took too long. I rescued everyone else, but I couldn't rescue you." Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Count on 10 News to stay on top of both of these developing situations and bring you the latest developments on our newscast and on the 10 News mobile app. Well, new tonight, one person is in serious condition after a multi-car crash in the Midway district. Police say as many as 5 cars were involved in that crash at a busy intersection at Midway and Rosecrans Street. Well, it happened just after 7:30. Several cars were towed from the scene. Officials say 6 people were taken to the hospital. San Diego Police and Fire Department responded to the crash. Crews worked to clean the debris from the street. Police are still investigating what caused it. New developments tonight. 2 Camp Pendleton Marines have been demoted, and about 24 other military members are under investigation in the wake of that nude photo scandal. The Camp Pendleton Marines made derogatory comments on the social media page United States Grunt Corps. The 2 pleaded guilty instead of going to trial. In a statement to 10 News Tonight, Lieutenant Colonel Warren Cook said, in part, they do not tolerate personal attacks on their Marines online or elsewhere.
I'm 10 News reporter Jessica Chen in National City, where people are getting answers to their immigration concerns. Immigration lawyers and advocates were at this event helping people like Janet Martinez. She's a single mother of 3 and says she's an undocumented immigrant brought to the U.S. when she was just 6 months old. Janet says she got some answers on how she can help take care of her kids.
This is everything I know. I don't know nothing about Mexico. I was born there, but I was raised here.
The event was organized by National City Mayor Ron Morrison, but he says no public funds were used to pay for it. 10 News spoke with Robert Luton with the San Diegans for Secure Borders Coalition, and he says the system needs to change. Jessica Chen, 10 News.
But take a look at this new video. A young 8-foot great white shark dead that was caught in shallow surf. A Shark Research Foundation made a few rescue attempts, but the shark returned to shore. The tide came in with rough 13-foot waves, making it harder for the shark to swim back out to sea. Video shows the visibly injured and bleeding shark struggling to swim. The feared ocean predator caused quite a crowd to gather at Pleasure Point in Santa Cruz.
I've never seen a white that big. Pretty rare you get to see a shark that close.
We've just seen him rolling around in the surf, so I don't know. People are saying that he's dead, but we're not sure.
Researchers think the shark was infected with bacteria that's been killing other sharks. The dead shark was taken to a fish and wildlife facility for testing. Well, 5 children are in the hospital after wind picked up 2 bounce houses in South Carolina. It happened at a church carnival this afternoon. Deputies say the wind started tossing the bounce houses while the kids were playing inside. One crashed into a tree, the other into a power line. There's no word on the children's condition. Now to a developing story.
We all just love her so much and want her to be safe and happy.
A mother mysteriously vanished. Tonight, a community coming together in the hopes of finding her alive. They're combing Ocean Beach, where her car was discovered on Santa Cruz Avenue.
I'm sorry, I really appreciate it. Both of you.
Times of tragedy can reveal who you can count on. Ashley Tarango's friend showed up to help out and give her a much-needed hug.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
She's had 11 days to dwell on what she hasn't done.
I live in Colorado and I haven't been home to visit in a year and a half.
Now she doesn't just want to see her mom, she needs to. March 28th, Debbie Puente went to the Longhorn in Grantville with coworkers, then vanished.
It's just surreal. I'm very emotional.
Wednesday, someone spotted her car in Ocean Beach with her cash and her ID inside.
Really working together to try and find her.
Her daughter says she'd be easy to spot with her huge smile, infectious loud laugh, and outgoing personality.
Never met a stranger is our favorite phrase to use to describe her.
I'll keep you in my prayers.
We all just love her so much and want her to be safe and happy.
She also says she struggled with substance abuse in her past.
Whether this is something related to that or something completely unrelated, we really have no idea. Everyone has their issues and their disagreements, so she's always been there for me when I do need her, and I hope she knows, you know, it's the same for me with her.
Now, none of that matters. She's grateful for her friends, but the hug she really needs is from her mom.
We do love her, we do support her, and we want her to be safe, and we want her to come home.
Police are asking anyone with information to call the Missing Persons Unit. We have that number and more information on the search for Deborah Puente on our website. Just go to 10news.com.
Fire him now! Fire him now! Fire him now! Fire him now! No justice! No peace!
Demonstrators are demanding El Cajon police fire the officer who shot and killed Alfred Alongo. The Alongo family and several groups marched from the Los Panchos taco shop in El Cajon, where Alongo was killed, to the El Cajon Police Department. In addition to the resignation of Officer Richard Gonzalez, protesters are asking for a civilian oversight committee to monitor the police department.
We want the death of Alongo to be a trigger that actually allows people to realize that something is really wrong with the police department all over the country, not just in El Cajon.
District Attorney Bonnie Dumanis said Gonzalez was justified in shooting Alfred Alongo. The next march is scheduled for Alongo's birthday, July 17th. New video, 2 toddlers trapped in a burning building, how heroic neighbors came to their rescue. And a home invader threatening an elderly woman inside of her Pacific Beach home, what she did that got that man to leave. Plus, a disturbing discovery inside packaged salad mix that has 2 people getting tested for rabies.
It's going to be another gorgeous day on the coast tomorrow. We'll start out with some patchy fog in the morning, but the skies will clear to a high of 68 degrees and sunny. Will be even warmer pretty soon. I'll tell you when coming up.
Plus, why Giants ace Madison Bumgarner was the second best pitcher tonight at Petco Park. That's later on Valley View Casino and Hotel Sports Extra.